Ring On It's presented by Charm Diamond Centers. So we just had Jessica Creelman on, icon from Virgin Radio Move 100 host, and I was just telling Katie I don't know what to title this episode because we covered so much.
Yes.
Like team mom, you know, she's a mommy, mamacita.
She's been through some trauma, some crazy situations.
We laughed, we cried.
Yes.
We made fun of men. It was a really good time.
Yes.
We both trauma dumped. But it was like therapeutic. It was really good.
Honestly, yeah, I love a good trauma dump. Tell me all about yourself.
Yeah, we learned about her wifey and her daughter and some of the highs and lows that she went through to get here, and like it was pretty intense. What was like your favorite little moment?
I liked the story of just like how they came together, her and her wife, and like how everything in the story was just like, it's a sign, it's meant to be, and it just like all worked out. That was my favorite part.
Like a little fairy tale.
Especially with like hearing all of like the trauma and like crazy stories that like happened leading up to there. I was like, I just love that everything worked out.
Yeah.
I love that for her.
Right? Love that for her. All of the craziness got her to her happy ending.
Right.
Which we get to dive into in this episode. So yeah, here we go. Jess, welcome to Ring On It.
Thanks for having me.
Right? Are you excited? Nervous?
I
How you feeling?
A little nervous, a little excited, but yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself for people who don't know.
So I'm 32. I am a mom. My daughter's almost 15.
Mamacita.
I almost wore that shirt. I have the shirt that says it, and I almost wore it, and I was like, no, like. Don't be that person. Yeah, so I'm a mom. I had my daughter when I was really young. I was 17 when I had her, which was super challenging. But now I'm a content creator. I work for East Coast Lifestyle. I'm a warehouse manager there, and I'm on the radio for Virgin Radio and Move 100.
Wow.
Oh my God, slay. Yeah. I love that. A working girly. Yeah. I didn't know you worked for East Coast Lifestyle, though.
Yeah, I've been there for 2+ years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your daughter.
So her name is Abby. She's going to be 15 in October. She's literally me, just a couple of inches shorter. She's awesome. She loves to dance. She loves to hang out with her friends. She's a typical teenager.
Aww.
Yeah. That's pretty much all. She's like me, but mini.
And are you guys like totally besties? Because like obviously your age gap's not huge. So like, does it make it like friends?
Yeah, we are. Like we're super close. She tells me everything. Tells me all the drama with her friends. Keeps me in the loop for everything. I know all the tea. Now that she's getting older, it's getting a little bit more challenging because she's trying to like venture out. And to me, she's still my baby. Like I still look at her like a little girl, and it's so hard to watch her grow up and want her independence and want to do things on her own. And I'm just like, make sure your phone's charged, be home before dark, like, all the things. And I'm so anxious about, her safety. But other than that, we have a really good relationship. And I'm like, I feel really lucky because I think like I was so worried about us being so close in age and like me being so young that I didn't know what I was going to I didn't know if I knew what I was going to be doing or how to do it. And I thought that she would be embarrassed of that because, like, oh, my mom's young. But she says that she loves that I'm young because I understand things more than like her friends' parents do. And and she used to be like, when I first started doing TikToks and stuff, she was like so embarrassed by it. And like, I totally see why. Cause like I was not going anywhere at the time. It was just like, whatever. And then now that I'm on the radio and like I'm starting to get like partnerships and stuff, she's like very proud of it. Yeah, like she's super proud of me now. So it's like, it's cool to you know, it's a good feeling.
Aw.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I saw her in your TikToks and I was like, is that your
Yes.
sister? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
look so similar.
Yeah, we are. I like to make the joke that I made her all by myself because, you know.
Queen.
Yeah.
I love that. So yeah, let's dive into that a little bit. So like, yeah, you were 17.
I was, yeah.
And I
That's
mean
so tough.
yeah, like that's crazy. So tell us a little bit about how that was.
It was crazy. So me and her dad were friends, and then we kind of started seeing each other. I had like a little bit of a like uncomfortable situation at home. So I was always like, my dad moved me to the country when I was 15 to like a new school, didn't know anyone. And I was kind of just like taken off, going back to the city, wanting to be with my old friends. And so I would go stay with him. And then, you know, teenagers do their
Yeah,
thing.
of course.
And I found out I was pregnant. And to be honest with you, I was gonna have an abortion, and when I went to the doctor, they told me exactly how they do it, and it scared me, and I just couldn't go through with it, and I was like, I can't do it. And then when I didn't have the abortion, I was like, well, I guess I'm having a baby, and then I was like, that's gonna be even harder.
Right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I don't know.
It was very rough. It was really challenging going through the pregnancy, and her dad was he didn't want to have a child at 16. Like we were
Right.
16 when I got pregnant.
Right.
So
Crazy.
it like only a year and a little bit older than what she is now, which is mind blowing to me. Like I look at her and I'm like, there's no way in hell that she would be able to raise a baby or like, you know, and obviously looking back, I'm like, I wish I would have waited, but at the same time, I wouldn't have her and she wouldn't be who she is today if I wouldn't have. So like, I don't regret anything because like I wouldn't change her for the world, but it was really, really hard. And I think that if it were my daughter in that position, like I just wouldn't be able to watch her go through that and struggle like that.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a hard, you know.
But
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah,
And like I said, I
exactly.
wouldn't change it for the world. So
Right.
Aw, that's so sweet. And I mean, now she thinks like you're like the cool mom who's on like TikTok, and, like the
MILF.
radio. MILF. Oh my god.
oh my goodness, that's so funny. Yeah, she's awesome. She's like what keeps me going, honestly.
Yeah.
And I know that's so like cliche and like cheesy, and everyone says that, but I can see why. Like I know that like every decision that I make, I always think about her, and like that was one of the reasons why I got sober, is because like I didn't want her to see me like partying or drinking and like coming home and being hungover the next day, and her coming home from her friend's house and me being like on the couch. And so it's been a really emotional like roller coaster. But the last year of my life has probably been the best year of my life since I've really like started to change my life around and stuff. So
That's so
That's so
good.
sweet. Oh my god, I love that. So she's thriving, she's slaying. Let's talk a little bit about your wifey. Your relationship.
So Katie and I it'll be 3 years in October since we've been married. Wow. We've been together for 7 years. I actually met Katie in junior high. So we were in grade 7 together. We became like best friends. And then fast forward, like we lost touch, reconnected. It's a bit of a long story. We can get into that. But yeah, we got together and I proposed to her after like 4 months of dating, which is crazy.
gosh. You know?
Wait, pause. What? Okay, let's talk about that
Okay.
before we keep going. The proposal. Okay,
Pause.
4 months.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nuts.
Paint a picture for us.
Okay.
What was going on?
Well, you know each other
So
for that long, though. I feel like it's like
I
4
guess
months
that's-
isn't that short of a time.
That's
because
true.
okay,
You know?
So maybe I'll just like start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a little bit of a long story, but so we were friends in junior high, and it's actually funny. I'm going to have to show you the picture. I have a picture of her and I side by side in our yearbook, grade 8 yearbook. I have a black eye in it.
Right.
Because there was this girl. It's so funny because me and this girl are friends now, and it's just funny, but this girl was like picking on me and she wanted to fight me. We were like 13 and over an MP3 player.
That's iconic.
Yeah, it was over an MP3 player. And Katie was like, you got to stick up for yourself. Like if you don't stick up for yourself, they're going to keep bugging you. Like you got to stick up for yourself. So I was like, fine, I will. And I stood up for myself and the girl punched me in the eye, blackened my eye. And so Katie took me to her house to get ice. And that was the first time I met my mother-in-law, which I didn't know was going to be my mother-in-law at the time.
That's crazy.
So then her and I were like super close, me and Katie. And then I moved in with my dad and he like packed me up and moved me to the country and I didn't really even get to say goodbye. And we always had each other on Facebook, but we never really hung out. I moved away and then I moved back a couple of years later. I think I was 20 when I moved back to the city. And she reached out to me and it was when I had my first girlfriend. So this is when I first started dating girls.
Right.
And she reached out and she was like, hey, like I noticed you have a girlfriend. Like I'm super happy for you. Like we should reconnect sometime. And I was like, absolutely. Like where do you live? This is where I live. Turned out that we were literally in, like our buildings shared a parking lot. That's how close we were. We were literally in the buildings beside each other. And I was like, come downstairs right now.
It's a sign.
Yeah. So I went downstairs, met her in the parking lot. I introduced her to my girlfriend at the time. She introduced me to her girlfriend at the time.
Oh, wow. Oh, wait. So you both were taken
we both
at
had,
the time.
Yeah. So,
That's
and
crazy.
me and my girlfriend at the time had just got together. So we were like very fresh.
Right.
And then the four of us became like best friends. My ex and Katie were like besties and same with me and her ex. And then fast forward to like 5 years later, Katie and her ex were broken up for like, I don't really know how long. I feel like it was like 6 or so months at the time. And then me and my ex were kind of going through like a rough patch. We were living separately, but we were still working on things. And to be honest, like looking back, these are one of the situations that I would have handled much differently. Yes. I wish like I was more mature back then. I would have did things so much differently because like so many people got hurt during that period of time and I'm not proud of that. And it's something that like I want to take accountability for because I know that I went about it the wrong way and like it wasn't fun, but
that happens, right? Like, I mean, we both, I'm sure. I mean, I know.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
You live and you learn. And I mean, I was in my early 20s. It was a rough time for me. I was going through it. But so me and my ex were not together, but we were still seeing each other. And Katie and her actually lived in the same building at this time. And so then there was like a point where we were all hanging out all the time. And then I just started like missing her in a different way. Like she was always my friend and I always obviously cared about her. Right. But there was like, I just started like missing her more than what I normally did. And I was like, this is weird. Like something's going on.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, do I have feelings for her? And so then that's kind of how it happened. And it was very messy for the first like 3 months. And then when we finally got settled, it kind of like all the chaos kind of blew over. We moved in together right away, as lesbians do. That's why they call it U-hauling.
I've never heard that.
You haven't? That's so funny. Yeah.
You have? That's more surprising.
That's
to
so
me.
funny. But yeah.
Oh my God.
So we moved in together and then we just got along so well. And like everyone who knew us knew like they could see the chemistry between us, but we didn't until we were in it. And then anyway, so then we were together for like 3 months. And I remember I was at Micmac Mall and I walked by Charm Diamond and I was like, I want to buy Katie a ring. And my best friend at the time was with me and she was actually the one that got us together. So I was texting her and I was like, I think I have feelings for Katie. Like I miss her in such a different way than I normally do. And she was with her and she was like, would you ever date Jess? Like, and Katie was like, hell yeah. Like, hell yeah, I would.
Oh my God.
So then I was with my friend at the mall and I was like, I really want to buy a ring for Katie. Like I want to, and then she was like, do it. And so I bought a gold band because she's very masculine. So I wouldn't buy her like a diamond, you know?
Right.
I bought her like a little gold band and I cannot keep a secret to save my life. Like I'm the worst. Like I buy Christmas presents and I give them to
you
them
want a
right
hint?
away. Literally. I bought Katie. Yeah, I like bought Katie a bunch of Christmas presents or birthday presents, and she already got them, and her birthday's not even until Tuesday. Anyway, so I bought the ring, and I was like, I need to propose to her tonight. And my friend was like, tonight, like, you what? And I was like, so we both worked at I don't know if you know the Lion's Head on Robie Street. So we both worked there, and she was working night shift. So I like called all my friends and family, and I was like, you need to come to the Lion's Head tonight for karaoke. Like I'm going to propose to Katie. And they were like, what the hell? Like this is so random. So then a bunch of people were like showing up at the Lion's Head, and then Katie got off work and she's like, wow, everyone's here tonight. Like what's going on?
This is such a coincidence.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
I brought her clothes and I was like, here, change, whatever. And then I was gonna sing Who I Am With You by Chris Young, but I cannot sing. I have no voice. And as we got closer, I started getting nervous because I was like, I can't sing in front of all these people.
Shit,
like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? I can't do this. So then I actually got him to play Let's Get Married remix by Jagged Edge. And he was like, I can't find the version without the lyrics. And I was like, perfect. Now I don't have to sing at all. I just have to sing along with the song. It was very like, I don't even know the word, but it was messy. And I got up there and everyone had their phones out. And then I like pulled the ring out at the end, and she was like, oh my God. And then it's so funny because I have a video and she's like, I was wondering why everyone had their phones out. Like I thought it was because you were killing the rap. And I was like,
well, that too.
Yeah. So then that was February 1st, 2019. And then we got married in October of 2022. Yeah.
Wow.
And how was the wedding?
So funny story. So after we got engaged, we were like, we need to pick a date. We wanted to give ourselves some time to get like ready, plan everything. And her favorite month is October, and my daughter's birthday is also in October.
Oh, cute.
And I wanted like a date that looks nicely written together because Abby's birthday is October 1st, 2010. So like 10-1-10 or 1
Oh yeah.
however you,
Yes.
whatever. So I looked ahead in the calendar, and October 22nd, 22 fell on a Saturday. So I was like 10-22-22. Like that's a nice number.
Yeah.
Like I like that. So let's pick
Right.
that date. Couple weeks went by. We went to my parents, my dad and my stepmom's to have dinner and like tell him like we picked a date for the wedding. This is the day. And then he started digging out like his old photo albums from when he was a kid, just like we were reminiscing. And then we came across my grandparents who are in heaven's marriage license or marriage certificate. Oh, sorry. We came across my grandparents in heaven's marriage certificate, and we seen the date, and it was October 22nd, 1960. And I had no idea when I picked that day. And they were married for 52 years before my nanny passed away. They were each other's one and only. Like they were together since they were like 13, 14.
Wow.
So it was almost like a sign.
Another sign.
Yeah. And my
Just so
dad
meant
was
to be.
like, that's Nan and Granddad's way of like giving you their blessing. I'm gonna cry.
Stop it.
gonna
Just
cry.
that's so sweet.
So then that Christmas he came down, and because he lives out of town, he came to the city and he brought me my grandmother's wedding set from the 60s. So that's the rings. Those are the rings that I wear on my finger in the same condition. I never got anything done to them. I left them the same way they
as
were.
is.
So then it was COVID hit, and we were like, do we do it? Like, what do we do? We planned to do it at Fisherman's Cove because that was like her spot with her dad. And also kind of backstory, but her dad passed away on my birthday the year before we got
wow.
together. So we got together in 2018 in August. Her dad passed away in April. So like right before we got together, her dad passed away on my birthday. So she was like, I want to do it at Fisherman's Cove because that was like their spot they always went to. And then
So meaningful.
yeah, we booked the venue, and then COVID hit, and it was just like, we were like, we don't know what we're going to do. We were going to put off the wedding. We decided to put it off. And then like 3 months before the date, I was like starting to like regret putting it off because I was like, if we do, we're going to either have to change the date that we have it on, or we're gonna have to wait until like it falls on a Saturday again. Like I didn't want to have it during a weekday because I didn't want people to have to take work off and like, you know, all of that. So then as it got closer, I was like, I really want to do the wedding. And I had my dress. I had bought my dress already. And we really weren't in a position financially to have a wedding. And I was like, this sucks. Like I was really upset about it. And I was working at a restaurant at the time, and I was talking to one of the girls about it. And she was like, why don't you have it here? Like, have it in the back room. Like, they have an event space in the back. And I was like, maybe I'll talk to the boss or whatever. So she was like, yeah, you can have it here for free. Like, we'll give you a discount on the catering, all that stuff. So, excuse me. I was like, Katie, like, we should do it. And she was like, well, how are we going to swing it? Like, it's going to be expensive, yada, yada, yada. So I started like putting ideas together, just like scrambling, brainstorming last minute, throwing everything together. Long story short, we put together the wedding. I think it was like a month and a half. We did it all. I'm not going to lie. It was like very like low budget. I thrifted like, I didn't have a wedding party, but I had like my mom, my stepmom, my daughter stood with me, and like my nephew and my niece were the ring bearer and the flower girl. But all of the outfits that they wore were all thrifted. Like I thrifted every single one of their dresses. Abby's dress was thrifted. My dress wasn't thrifted. But the only thing that I like really paid money for was the food, the alcohol, and like my dress and Katie's suit. Everything else was like hand me down, or like we made it, and like we pulled it together. I think when we did the math, it was like under $5,000 that we ended up spending on it. It was super last minute. It was, looking back, I'm like, I wish I would have waited, because there's so many things that I would have changed. And I look back and I'm like, oh, it was so like like not trashy, but like kind of like, I don't know.
But it's the
like
love that matters.
Right.
You know, you guys got married on the date that you wanted, and I think that's so special. And like you said about your grandparents, I think that's so like that's everything. Like talk about a sign. Like, holy.
I know. And like it all worked out. It was one of the best days of my life.
Of course.
There you go.
But yeah, it's just so crazy. Like, and we always get along so well. Like we laugh together, and it's like, obviously we go through stuff. Every couple does, you know, there's parts where like, I don't want to like even look at her some days, but like for the most part, it's like, we still have that friendship. And I think that's what sets her aside from like all my other relationships. Like I was in so many relationships before her where I always was just like looking for the next best thing, or like in the back of my mind, I was like, I don't know if I can do this forever. I don't know if this is where I'm meant to be forever. With her, she's the only person that I've ever been with that I'm like, I am not thinking about anyone else. I don't have eyes for anyone else. Like I've just always been like so sure. And it's crazy because I never experienced that until I was with her. So that's kind of how I knew she was the one, I guess.
Just so perfect. It's good because you guys like built that foundation of friendship first, which I think really helps that.
It does. Because like, especially when you're young, like you get so like infatuated and like head over heels so fast for someone, and you just want to jump right in and dive right in, and like it always ends badly because you know, it's like those what do they call it, rose colored glasses. Like you have like this like Love is Blind, like what's a red flag?
What's a red flag? I don't know what those are.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that really helps.
So thank you so much, Charm Diamond Centers, for supporting the Ring On It podcast.
And for giving us these gorgeous necklaces that match.
Well, switching gears absolutely completely from love to very much the complete opposite.
I'm scared.
I was scrolling through your TikTok, obviously stalking you because I knew I was going to have you on.
Go for a scroll.
I literally, for one, too, I saw your TikTok at Jungle Gyms, and I was like, I want to have Jess on, which is hilarious.
Jungle Gyms?
I love Jungle Gyms.
Jungle Gyms is so
you go on date nights there all the time, right?
Yeah, I do.
They
And like,
used to have like an appetizer thing I used to go to all the time. It was like all you can eat.
yeah.
So good.
Oh, Abby had every birthday there. She loves it there.
Yeah.
So then just from having her birthdays there. And then I was like, okay, this is like, I love the taquitos, the chicken taquitos, deep fried with barbecue sauce. That's why I keep going back, honestly.
I love it.
That's so real.
Well, on a very different note, going back to TikTok, yes, you posted, I'm sounding so accusatory. I'm not trying to like put you on the spot.
No,
but
it's
I saw,
okay. Let's do it.
Yes.
Put me on the spot.
Right? I saw this TikTok that you posted and I have the screenshot on my phone because I absolutely had to ask you about it. So when I found out my mom slept with my ex and sent nudes to my baby daddy, what the hell is the story behind that?
How do we recover from that?
That is crazy.
Where do I start? So
take your time, girl. This is
I'm sad.
I'm sad.
Without getting too much into it, because I could write a book.
Right.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
But my mom, before I was with women, I was like 19 or 20. My mom like hooked me up with this guy that she really wanted me to start dating. She knew him because him and his ex-girlfriend lived in their building. I don't know. It was a weird thing. Yeah. She hooked me up with this guy. We dated for a little bit. I was like head over heels. He was actually the last boyfriend that I had before I started dating women. Okay. So me and him, we dove right in like we shouldn't have, and it didn't work out. He ended up like not coming home and was like went back to his baby mama or whatever. Yeah. And then, to be honest with you, I don't remember like the nitty gritty details because it was so long ago, and I think like trauma made me block it out.
Trauma response.
But I remember like where I was standing when I found it out, and I remember like hearing what happened. So basically, my mom was a drug addict, like, and I don't know if she still is, but she probably is. But she was always like just a mess all over the place. And she invited him over, and he went over and whatever. And he denies it. Still to this day, he denies it.
Of course.
Men.
But she told me, and I don't think she would make that up. And anyway, so then after that, I was like, okay, this is so weird. And I called him out on it, and he was like, never, blah, blah, blah. But then, I don't know. So that happened. And then when me and Katie were together for probably a year, we were renting a house with a basement apartment, and my mom was renting the basement apartment. And I had a friend that lived like nearby. Actually, it was Abby's dad's other kid's mom. Okay. So Abby's brother's mom. Okay. And she was like, hey, like, I don't know if you know this, but I am like their dad told me that your mom was messaging him and like sending him pictures and trying to invite him over while me, Katie, and my daughter were home asleep in bed.
Upstairs.
Yeah. And the text said, your baby girl is upstairs asleep. If you come in the side door or the back door, like they won't hear you or whatever.
My God.
Yeah. So then I was like, you need to get the screenshots and send them to me. Like you need to send these to me. And she was like, stay tuned, like pause. And then eventually she did and like showed me the messages. So that I know for sure. I mean, I know that the other thing happened too. Like I know it did just because the detail, everything. He denies it, but that's whatever. But yeah, so then that happened. And then she moved out shortly after that. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but
that is like
that's
crazy
why I have
mom
trust
lore.
issues.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my God.
That's why I have trust issues. So
yeah, I literally saw that and I was like, there's no way that happened to somebody. Yeah. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Just here to tell the tale.
Well, I think that's a huge ick, and I think that's also a good segue into our final little segment. We're gonna do ick and awe. So you're gonna tell me if something is an ick, like gross, we hate that, or an awe, like oh that's kind of cute, and we'll kind of like chit chat about it.
All right.
Yeah, because most things are very situational.
Yes, exactly.
This is fun.
Yeah. We usually have conflicting ideas, so this should be interesting. So first one is friend zoning.
Friend zoning.
Like friend zoning somebody.
I mean, I don't know how you would call that an ick or an awe.
It depends on what end you're on.
It depends on like, okay.
So, okay, let me
if
give
you do it tastefully, like,
that
you
was
know
what I
what
was
I
gonna
mean?
say.
Like if you're like fully leading this person on and then you're like, whoa, wait, we're friends. That's
Yeah.
like, come on, like really, that's so rude. But like if you're genuinely like just friends and they have some crazy idea, then like I don't think there's anything wrong with friend zoning them.
Yeah, I agree. I think it depends on like the whole situation and what end you're on. Like if you're the one being friend zoned or you're the one doing the friend zoning, it can be like, you know, for me, I think if I was the one friend zoning, honestly, I think they're both kind of like ick, but at the same time, it's what made you've obviously had to give me some sort of inclination that there was more than that.
Right. Like
so
how
it's
are we on
kind
the
of
wrong
hard
page
to,
here?
yeah.
But some guy, like I'm talking like guy best friend, like I'm talking about this very specific situation where like, okay, let me give you a little,
story.
Yeah,
a little
paint the
situation.
picture.
So you're in like, let's just say hypothetically, you're in junior high.
Okay.
You're on a Ferris wheel.
Oh, this is hypothetical. Anyway,
you think this guy is your friend, right? Total like friend vibes.
Yeah.
You know, on a Ferris wheel. He says, "I love you," and you say, "Doesn't everybody?" Because you think that you're friends.
yeah, you think you were joking? Haha,
You
funny.
thought he was
of course, everyone
joking.
loves me, bestie.
Yeah.
Duh.
Is that
I'm
like,
putting myself in Abby's shoes right now. My daughter.
your daughter? Oh my god. Like that's
Okay,
a huge ick.
That's an ick. I think again,
If you think you're
you
friends,
got to go about it differently.
Yeah.
You can say, "Hey, like I think I have feelings for you." You don't have to go right
"I
into
love
"I love you."
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Especially if you're friends, I would be like, "Love you too, bro."
Yeah. Oh my god.
What? That's
Doesn't
just-
everybody?
Well, doesn't everyone? Like we all love each other. We're best friends.
Yeah,
Duh.
exactly. I'd say,
Wow.
I say most times though, like any friend zoning story I've heard is like always bad. I have not heard a good, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't,
someone always gets hurt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like obviously here the friends to lovers went great.
True.
Yeah.
But
Thank
I
God.
feel like I know, God bless. But I feel like I know a lot of stories that have gone literally tragically.
Yeah.
Because like you confess it and then they're like,
Yeah.
whoa, friend zone, and your friendship's just
Over.
weird.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the
right.
friendship's always over too.
Or you try it and then it goes wrong and then your friend, like, I don't know.
or you're stuck in like a
Yeah.
friend
It's
group
always
or
messy.
something.
I know. I think I'm like the exception.
right.
Which love that for you. Like the one out of how many.
and that's what I mean. Like it
horrible
can happen.
situations.
Yeah.
So like, do you risk it?
I was gonna say, people listening, don't think that. Don't go confessing to your girl best friend
No,
now, though.
do
Like,
not.
that's
No,
not what we're
no,
saying.
Do
Because oh my
Read
gosh,
the room. Ask a friend.
Yeah.
right?
I don't know.
Call a friend.
Call a friend.
But be
phone a
careful
friend.
with your mutuals because that's what happened to me. I mean, it worked out for me, but it
Right.
might not. So
Yeah, true. Oh my goodness, snakes in the grass. Okay, second ghosting somebody.
that's an ick to me because I think like just be a man or a woman,
Right.
and say your piece respectfully. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I'm definitely guilty of.
I was gonna say, you are
On
the
both
queen of
ends,
like just disappearing.
I've definitely
Like-
been ghosted before, and I've been like, this sucks. But then I also have done it to people before, and I'm just.
I've also ghosted people before too, and I
think
think
we all-
that if you would have asked me this like 10 years ago, I probably would have been like, who cares? Like, I'm
Right.
never gonna see that person again.
Right.
Yeah.
But after all my life
Frontal lobe
experiences, I'm just like,
develops.
She's
Little.
mature now.
yeah, growth.
And I
That's
feel
on
like
growth.
it's also situational though, because if I'm
Yeah.
ghosting some random person,
Yeah.
does it like?
Yeah,
you really
like
have
if
to
you
be like, hey, I'm really sorry. I don't think this is gonna work
No.
out. But we've been talking for 2
Like a
days.
dating
like on
app or
Tinder or
something.
something.
Right,
Yeah.
like-
Like you don't know that person.
On a dating app,
anything.
I'm not going to be like, sorry, I'm
No.
going to stop texting you now. Like, just wanted to be
No.
transparent. No, like, you
No.
know. But if you're dating and like have been dating,
Yeah.
if you're like been dating for 3 months and you just ghost someone, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a yeah. I do think the age to me, like if you're ghosting somebody at like the ripe age of like 25,
Yeah.
Right.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right. Experience.
I agree.
But I do think it's like it's situational because like a dating app, you're not gonna.
No, literally imagine your
"Hey,
Tinder
girl."
match being like, hey, like, I know we matched yesterday, but I just don't see this. Just no, bro.
Yeah.
No. I think that's an ick.
I love that. Oh, okay. What about having a partner say like always say whatever you want, like indecision.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, like
I'm
being like,
so-
oh, where do you want to go to eat? Oh, whatever you want.
I'm so guilty of doing that.
See,
my wife probably
I can't
hates me
make
for
a
that.
decision
Me
for my
either.
life.
Me either.
Yeah.
My wife hates it.
like my partner needs to be a decision maker, respectfully.
Yeah,
You two are terrible. I was gonna say, I'm like, I could not.
See, but I'm a hypocrite because if I'm asking someone a question and they don't know, like I'm gonna get frustrated, but also I can't make a decision either. And
And
Maddie,
so-
I texted you so many times in the last week about my Instagram post I posted today. I can't make a choice.
You do that every time, or like the order. Like you'll literally be
I'll
like,
send you a
"Do I put
screen
this one
recording.
first?"
Which one should I put first? Do you like my caption? Do you like the song I'm attached? I can't do it.
Well, yeah, your most recent one, you put a song and then the caption
Match the song,
matches
but I
the
had
song.
to
But she's
ask
like, "Do
you
you
if
think
it-
my followers are smart enough to understand what I'm doing?"
Well, I didn't want it to be like that's stupid.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, indecision. I ick.
It's me, like ick, but it's also me.
self-aware
Like
ick.
I'm self-aware that I have that ick myself.
No, same. And like, it's so funny because I'll say to Katie, like, she'll be like, where do you want to go eat? And I'll be like, I don't know, like wherever. And then she'll say something that she knows I'm going to say, like, I don't want it. And I'll be like, no, not there. And she'll be like, well, then you need to tell me.
Right.
Like, either make a
she-
decision
she
or
rage baits you to
yeah,
make a
she'll be like, either
decision.
you make a
Oh,
decision
okay.
or we're going to McDonald's. And I'm like, okay, Boston Pizza.
Right.
Like,
You see that hack on TikTok where people are like, guess where I'm taking you for dinner.
Colby does that to me.
Hey, it's a hack. I see it on
Wait.
TikTok, and people are like, if your girlfriend or partner, whoever, like, if you always ask them, they don't know what they want, and like
Yeah.
they do that situation, you have to be like, guess where we're going, and then they say, oh my god, are we going to Boston Pizza? And he's like, yes. How did you know?
Oh, I'm
He
doing
does
that next
to me.
time.
That's
It's like a
crazy.
hack. I've never
I
used
thought
it.
he just knew me really well.
No, babe.
That's
no,
so funny.
babe. He's playing you.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying, like, I've never used it or experienced
That's
it,
so
but I've
smart,
seen it
though.
online, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, he did that to me though. He's like, guess where I'm taking you. I was like, habaneros. And he's like, I knew you felt like tacos. And I'm like, no, he didn't.
Maddie, he did not. Respectfully.
That's
Colby,
crazy.
love you. No.
That's so silly. Okay, well, yeah, again,
Boston
all
Pizza
of
sounds
these
so
are-
good now that we said it. I'm going to
No.
go get a triple play.
That's what I get every time. The Thai bites, I'm telling you, they're my
so
go-to.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, speaking of, well, I guess this may be good,
gonna
may
be
not
for
be.
dinner.
PDA, ick or awe.
To an extent.
I feel like these are all so situational because
Yes.
I
I
know.
am the type that like I want you to hold my hand and I want
Yes.
or like if we're
Totally.
like at a family gathering or something, like I want to just like maybe like a hand on the
Yes.
leg or something.
Right.
But like don't start making out with me in public
Yes.
also.
Agree.
When I was-
Fully acceptable for like a little touch.
Yeah.
But
I feel like you're very anti PDA. Am I remembering
I'm
that
just
correctly?
anti-men. But
Okay.
anyway.
Are you gay?
Okay, that's fair.
No, I'm just anti. I'm just me.
Yeah.
Slay. Yeah, I don't know. PDA, like, well, when I was in Toronto, we saw this couple and like we were walking by and they were kissing, but they both had their eyes open.
Oh, that's so weird.
And they
I
were
could
like
never.
they were like pecking, but
Just,
they
like, in
both had their
public?
eyes open. It was so weird. And like we couldn't look
That would
away.
make me uncomfortable.
I know. I was like, I don't know what to do with this.
Right.
Like I was like, do we just keep walking?
It's-
Like
it-
this
exactly.
is weird.
If you're making other people uncomfortable, obviously,
But like eyes like
yes, I was at
Yeah.
at Laurent in Montreal.
yeah.
And you know how people always say like the like amusement park, like Disneyland line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so uncomfortable. Why are you laying on top of each other in the lineup for a roller coaster? First of all, the roller coaster line's only not even 10 minutes long. You can't like
So passionate
like I'm
about this.
yes, because I was standing there like, come on, move. The line's moving. You're
Oh my
in each
God.
other. Like
Yeah.
oh god.
Oh, so I'm
Just
gonna
hate
give.
it.
If I had to pick, though, I would probably say most times it's fine.
Excessive PDA is an ick.
Yeah. I agree.
Casual is
Casual
Cute.
PDA.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because like I want people to know that like you're my person. Like I want
Right.
people to know
Right.
like that's my girl. Like
Yes.
you know,
and
like
I want you to like, want to hold my hand.
yeah, exactly. I want you
Yeah.
to show me off,
Yes.
but without being overly, you know.
Yeah, you don't need to suck my
You don't need to
dick.
put
Yeah.
your tongue down my
Yeah.
throat in
You
public.
can
That's
hold my
just
hand respectfully.
right. Okay, we got two more. The second last is sharing location.
I share my location with my wife for safety purposes.
Yeah.
It started when she was working out of town and I'd have to like, she was like driving late at night home and I'd have to pick her up. And so like, I'd be like watching to see how long until she was home. And then eventually it just turned into like, where are you? How, like, you know, safety and like just for convenience purposes.
Yeah, you can just know.
I was gonna say I do it for convenience. I just leave it on.
Yeah.
All my friends' locations.
But also,
Well,
you're each other's location, do I?
you're a hazard though.
okay, whatever.
You're a runner when you're drunk. So
I am a
that's-
runner, so
that's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
But like in a relationship, I don't know. Any experience I've had with locations has just
Oh,
created toxic energy. So I'm like, do I even want the location? Do I even want to know anymore? Because it's
Yeah.
always like, oh, why is your location shut off today on a
Yeah,
at 10 p.m. on a
that's-
Saturday night? You know,
I don't think that's a location thing though. I think that's the boy.
right.
issue.
Obviously,
Yeah.
there's a lot of underlying issues
Yes.
there. Yes, ma'am.
But no, I think if it's like me and Katie were married before we shared location. So
okay, right.
I think it's again
Yeah.
situational, but like just like dating, I don't think you need my location.
right, especially
fair.
like in a new
No.
thing.
It
I
just-
enjoy it, but
It just
Yeah.
it's a recipe for disaster in my opinion. And like
That's
you
so
don't want to
fair.
have to answer like sometimes you just want to do things in private without and it's not that you're doing anything wrong. You're just like,
Yeah.
I don't want you to know that I was at Taco Bell at like 11 o'clock
Right.
3 nights in a row. Like do you know what I
That's
mean?
hilarious.
right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I keep mine on, but again, it's just like say or like I just am lazy, and he'll be like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, just check." Like I'm obviously at work.
look.
Like
Yeah,
just look. Like it's
yeah.
not that deep.
Yeah, same with Katie with her stuff. I'll be like, when are you gonna be home? Or like,
Yeah.
you know, and I know I'll be able to check her location. Be like, okay, she's at Sobeys. That means she'll be home soon. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yours, yeah, that's an interesting example because it's like you'd think having location on is like a security kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like it's like,
No,
oh, okay,
it
like,
was anxiety inducing.
but it did the opposite for you,
Right.
which is interesting to me.
oh, where is he? I'll just check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that just made it so much worse. Let me just turn my phone off.
Yeah, you've had a few of
Yeah.
those. I would say I don't think it's an ick or not. I think it's just neutral. Like
I think it's pretty like, I don't want to say standard, but like
it's just
if
like,
someone does it, cool. If they don't, cool.
well, I used to have like friends that were really bad. Like it was like if they saw I was active online, they were like, "Why aren't you answering my texts?" And I'm like,
Oh, I have friends like that still.
yeah, I don't.
too?
I don't share my location with any of my friends except like Abby. Abby has my location.
Right,
Abby, me
fair.
and Abby share locations, and Katie,
Yeah.
my wife. But other than that, like none of my friends need to know where I am or what I'm
No.
doing. And
So many.
like the whole Snapchat map thing,
I
I'm
was
like,
gonna
this
say,
is
yeah.
ridiculous. Like people shouldn't be doing this, but
yeah. Or like to have it for like rando people.
right,
No,
like you don't.
mine's on, but it's only for like
For
10
certain-
people.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, I feel so old because I'm like, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yes.
Like, this is when my age is showing.
Oh my gosh. I used to do that to my mom. It was so bad. Like I would go on Snapchat when I was at my friend's house. So my location would show I was at my friend's house. And then I'd turn my phone off, not go on Snapchat for the rest of the night
Right,
and
so
go
you're still at your friend's
out
house.
to like
okay,
a
wait.
party
Does
or
that
something.
work for a regular mat? Like
I don't
If you have
I only did it for
on
Snap
like Find
Maps.
My iPhone.
now, you got me thinking. Like, has Abby been
Oh, we're snitching on
manipulating?
your daughter.
Has
No,
Abby
no.
been manipulating her location?
That's too funny. The iPhone, I never did that. I convinced my
It is-
mom to like, I was like,
You
just
can-
use Snap
you
Maps because I
can-
knew how to manipulate it. That
maybe
was.
I shouldn't expose myself. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say my mom also listens to this, so I'm like, you sorry, mom.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah, because Snapchat you can go somewhere and then just not go on Snap and it will be paused where you are.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I used to do when I was
But
younger.
iPhone does Find My iPhone does not do that. But you can make it do that. That's right.
Okay,
You're so
well, you're gonna
sneaky,
have to tell me them
Katie.
tricks
I've been
later.
been in a couple of toxic situations, but whatever.
We're not even getting into that. Okay, last one. Sending flowers to your workplace or like school or I don't know, your house or something like that.
I feel like that's an easy awe.
I think it is for most people. For me, I don't know.
This is the reaction I was waiting for.
I love flowers, but I'm like, I think they're kind of like a waste of money. Like if you're gonna send me flowers, send me lunch instead. Like
practical
send me
queen.
Uber. Like I would rather you send me an Uber order than some flowers that I
Dude.
have to now take care of, make sure they don't die. Like I would.
That's so real.
I would much rather enjoy like
That's so real. If somebody Uber eats me lunch, I would be so much happier.
than flowers, right?
I love flowers, but
Yeah.
lunch sounds
Same,
a lot better.
same.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I do think it's cute. Like if someone's
is
thinking
cute.
of you and sending
Yeah.
you something, that's an awe.
I gotta
Yeah.
say this story really quick because it reminded me for my birthday that just passed. So I am not a big fruit eater. Like it's not that I don't like fruit. I just don't
Like,
eat
crave
fruit.
it,
Like I don't crave it. I'm not a big fruit eater. Anyway, so Katie sent me. She was like, like, I have something being delivered. Like, are you at the warehouse? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, it better not be an edible arrangement. Like, you better not have wasted your money on an edible arrangement. And she was like, what would make you think that? And I was like, I just have a feeling that you're going to send me an edible arrangement. And sure enough.
Oh no.
A chocolate covered strawberry showed up, and I don't really eat strawberry. Anyways, it was a whole thing. And she was like, I'm so sorry. Like, now I know. And now the running joke is like, don't ever send Jess any like fruit or whatever. And I was like, why wouldn't you just have sent me like Thai bites from Boston Pizza or something? Anyways, it's just so funny. So now I'm like,
they're so expensive too. Yeah. I did that for my mom for Mother's Day. It was so expensive. Yeah. I'm like, damn, for some like dipped chocolate.
No, literally.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know.
Crazy. Well,
and half the fruit's not even good. Like, I'll eat a strawberry. Yeah. I don't want whatever the orange
or like the
called.
pineapple and stuff too. Like, that's the whole thing.
I'm a strawberry girl. That would be it. That's probably the only fruit in those arrangements I would eat.
I love that. Yeah. Well, on that note, Jess, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It was such a blast.
No, this was fun.
Yeah. See, it's
not as not as nerve-wracking as
a trauma dump.
I thought.
Yeah.
A good trauma dump.
Listen,
that's what this is.
There is so much more. Like, this
Part
was
2.
just like the tip of the iceberg of
right.
So there's lots more where that came from if you ever want to do a part 2.
I love that. Well, where can people find you online?
Yes.
My TikTok is at Jess Creelman, JessCreelman, and Instagram is Jessica Creelman.
Amazing. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, Jess.
Thank you for having me. It was nice to meet you guys.
You too.
Brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers. Ring On It dives into modern love, commitment, and everything in between. If you want more, give us a follow on Instagram at Ring On It Pod.